fans or fan last year?
No, like I said, they felt like they needed to give me feedback, so I thought I'd get close enough for them to be able to make sure they were heard.
Could this not become a vicious circle though? Because if people know they can get a reaction from you or rise from you, and everyone films everything these days,
yeah.
It kind of makes you an easy target for that.
Hopefully after 18 months, Matt, you realise that I am who I am, mate. Well, I don't really care. I mean, whether people think I'm an easy target, soft target, I'm not going to shy away from it, mate. I've fought my whole life, and I'm not going to race down a tunnel because some people feel like they need to give me some direction. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't. And from my perspective, what motivates me and what drives me on a daily basis is continually stay true to my values and what I believe is the right thing to do in every situation. Maybe people thought it wasn't the right thing to do. My wife certainly didn't. So I got some feedback there as well. But that's okay. I'm not going to change. It's who I am, mate. I've been like that my whole career and I won't change.
Just finally, when you said before about the fans backing the club, they don't necessarily need to back you. That can't work, can it? But they have to back you.
Ideally, yeah. Yeah, ideally, yeah. Yeah, ideally, yeah. But
otherwise the culture will just become
very true.
toxic.
Very true. So, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way, so I've got to find a way to make that happen.
Dave, you look like Ange. You look like you were pointing at yourself when you were in front of them last night. Was that, further to what you just sort of run through with us? Was that just like, this is on me? Is that what you were trying to say? Or just...
Yeah, no, it's on me, but also, whatever you got to direct it at me, and I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm looking. I'm understanding.
Sure. I think the frustration at the moment is just clearly the inconsistency that you can batter Man City away from home and then struggle against lesser teams, if we can call them that. Can you talk a little bit about the mentality? Because everyone always reaches for that at times like this at Spurs, to be honest with you, Ange. Can you talk a little bit about whether that is a part of this or it's something else? Or
Well, it's a funny one, because if you talk about mentality, you'd think that mentality would be, against the big teams, you come up short, So, and I just, I didn't go into this job that I felt like there was something institutionalised here that will stop this club having success. I just don't think that way. I think everything, while I'm here, is in my control. So I'm not going to, again, palm off responsibility to whatever we're going through to things that have existed in the past. From the moment I came in, I have the ability and the opportunity to change things. So that's what I'm endeavouring to do. And I think you're right. You shouldn't say that. The key is to understand that Bournemouth aren't a lesser team. They've beaten City and Arsenal at home, so we knew it was a tough game last night. Particularly, in the spell we're in at the moment, where we've got a lot of football with a thin squad, and we prepared ourselves for a tough game. That was going to be tougher than any other game we were going to face last night. And the disappointing thing is, like I said, in a game where we started well, we once again allowed an opposition to play the game on their terms by us lacking discipline and conviction in a key moment. And we can't keep doing that.
So just finally, is it a physical thing as well, or is it, we're talking about mentality here?
Look, it's a bit of everything, but it can't be a physical thing when it happens early in the game, I don't think. I think it's not a physical thing. It wasn't, like I said, we started the game well. It's not like we started sluggishly. The first two chances of the game fell to Decky and Dom, two chances where you're going, okay, we started the game really well, and it's literally the first time they go up, they get a set piece and, they score under post header. I mean, that kind of tells you that you can't go into a game like that and allow the opposition then to take control of the game.
And I mean, lots been made of the fans' frustration or inconsistency, but you as a manager, you used to winning. You had it at Celtic, in clubs and countries. Talking about to Ali earlier about having it all on you, and not sharing with anyone else. I mean, what is it like for you personally, having this frustration? Since that Chelsea game, 18 wins, 18 defeats, dealing with that, something you're so used to.
Yeah, it doesn't sit well with me, and nor should it. I'm not going to accept it, and like I said, my role within that and my responsibility is to change that, because if we're going to get to where I want us to get to, then we need to break that cycle of, as I said, just not showing the belief and resilience in key moments. And it doesn't sit well with me, mate, but nor should it, and that's why I do what I do.
Well, I spent out the Chelsea game last year, and it was pretty remarkable in the game we used 4-1, having that kind of atmosphere which was so positive. Obviously, it's not going like that at the moment. Do you have, I know you talk about it being not about you, it's about the club, do you feel like it's possible to get that connection back?
Don't know. I mean, that'll be dependent, I guess, on what people see and what people feel, and the only way I can affect that is by what we produce, on game day. So, like I said, I've got to concentrate on the controllables, and the controllables are the team, how we prepare, how we play, and hopefully through that sort of vehicle, we get everyone on board.
Cool. You said a bit earlier that you needed to find a way to stop things from becoming toxic. Do you think is it as simple as just winning matches, or is there anything that you need to do personally as well? What did you mean by that? Could you just do that?
No, I mean, I didn't say, I don't think I used the word toxic. I think I was asked the question that, is it better if, everyone's right behind me as well as the club? I think there's no doubt that happens, but, that I'm sure when other clubs who, sort of stick to a plan and go through difficult moments, I think there's probably dissension amongst supporters in those moments as well, but you forget about them when you're on the other side. And it is about winning. It's not just about winning, it's about kind of belief as well in what you're doing. Sometimes you look beyond the results. I think that's probably what happened at the start of my tenure last year. Like I said, we lost against Chelsea, but there was a sense that, okay, we're building something. Obviously, we kind of went off the rails after that game. But so it's not just about the winning, but I think, for where we are right now, it'll certainly help.
Do the players see you like that much?
Sorry?
Do the players see you much like that?
Like what? Sorry. Oh, I mean, they know I'm not happy, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'd be surprised if they think that I'm sort of happy with this. I don't think they are either. I'd hate to think they're comfortable with where we're at. But it's not just, it's not just about anger and screaming and yelling. It's about purpose and about direction and, like I said, responsibility and charting a way forward, and that's much more important to me.
Matt? Sure. The Chelsea game last season was wild, and you came out after it sort of saying, that's how I play, we won't change. And I think most people thought it was great at the time. Sort of 12 months on, have you changed much, a little bit? Sort of anything within the broader ideology?
No, not really. And I think we've seen evidence of that this year. So nothing's changed in terms of my resolve to play the football that I want to play and be that kind of team. It's just that we haven't understood the other side of that, and that is, like I said, that discipline and resilience to overcome difficult moments, so that the football we have can come through. And like I said, it has. I mean, when we've won this year, we've been pretty compelling. Like, it's not just sort of, struggling victories. We've been just about every game we've won. We've been very, very dominant and exactly the team we want to be. So we've shown the potential of what we could be, but that kind of gets really diminished by performances like last night.
Well, when you lose the knee-jerk criticism from when you're the phone-ins or punditry reaction is you've got to change and there's no plan B and you're stuck.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, but
How do you respond?
I keep saying that I've had 26 years of that, and I come in here, right, and I can only be really myself and answer questions the way I want to if I really believe in what I'm doing. And I'm not going to change my values, I'm not going to change my beliefs, I'm not going to change my sense of purpose or the way I do things, because then I can't come in here and, defend what I'm doing. I can defend this till the day I'm gone if I'm doing it my way. Like I said, it's not unusual for me, it's not unique, and like I said, sometimes you kind of understand that people are going to see that in, see what we're doing in that light to say, well, why don't you change? But change to what? To, change to something somebody else was doing or somebody else did? Or I was brought here to do it my way. Otherwise, what's the point of me being here?
Finish with Dan, please.
And just sticking with youth and experience, quite striking you talk about Archie and Lucas there. You did lose guys like Emerson, Lo Celso, Højbjerg in the summer, who were kind of experienced Premier League players. As it stands now, do you have a stronger squad than you did in the second half of last season? Or have you had to take a step back in order to kind of take two forward in future?
If everyone was fit, yeah. But where we are right now, no. I mean, it's pretty evident. But, if Vicario, Van der Ven, Romero, Bentancur, Richarlison, Odegaard, if 5 of those were available last night, if 4 of those were available last night, where we are right now. Look, the players who left, like I said, it wasn't a slight on them. Good players, good experienced players, absolutely. But we can't change if I keep everyone. I can't just keep adding to a squad without letting people go. So, those decisions had to be made. And when they left, like I said, we couldn't replace like for like. I couldn't let a 28-year-old go and sign a 28-year-old because that wasn't where we were at. So we had to sign younger and sort of start building. And in a perfect world, we wouldn't have got the injuries we have or the suspensions or the illnesses or the whatever else we've got. And the squad would look a lot healthier. But where we are right now, I mean, obviously we're nowhere near the level we need to be.
And just on Romero, a couple of weeks ago you seemed kind of optimistic that he was over both the problems he had, but is he just taking longer than...
Yeah, it's just he hasn't been able to feel 100%. But like I said, we're closer now, so I think it's definitely light at the end of the tunnel, and that's the first thing that he feels more comfortable, and hopefully be available soon.
Might you have to ask him just to do a job against Chelsea, given that they might?
I don't think I need to ask him. I think Cootie's the kind of guy, if he feels he can get out there and help us, I think he will. I won't have to sort of twist his arm for it. Thank you.
Thank you.